miles an hour, 85% humidity, and the barometer is falling, 29.79. We had a high today of only 41 degrees. Our forecast is for the rain to continue, a low of 36 tonight, and rain possibly changing to snow tomorrow. We expect a high of about 40 with a chance of some snow anyway late in the day, and that continuing on into Saturday. The Weather Service is saying that we will have some flooding in low-lying areas with the rainfall, and also the runoff will intensify and speed up the flooding due to on the tributaries and the main stems of the rivers. And even with the ending of the rains on Saturday, it sort of has a cumulative effect, and so collection and rising of waters will continue into early next week. So it's a problem that we're going to have to monitor very, very carefully, and we'll be doing that here. And Bud will be back at 6 o'clock with the latest on the laser facts and also an update on the radar with a time lapse of when the rains begin to move into the area, Doug.
As I was coming upstairs, someone said that Alex received 5 inches of snow today. Have you heard anything about that?
Well, I haven't heard specific amounts yet. We get those reports at about 6 o'clock, but we have had reports of at least up to 3 inches in many places out in the western part of the state. A lot of area being closed, schools and whatnot closed earlier, and it's a very heavy, wet snow, so it is a problem over in the western part of the state right now. Travelers' advisories in effect.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Well, these rainy March mornings are just perfect for staying in bed, as we all know. If only you didn't have to get up for breakfast. Well, Bill Carlson has an answer to that problem, at least. You can have breakfast brought to you.
Well, Doug, there have been lots of the mornings you described lately, those perfect sleep-in mornings.
It was early on a quiet weekend morning in a pleasant South Minneapolis neighborhood. 2 men were sneaking quietly into a home they'd never entered before while the owners slept. Their purpose, to prepare a gourmet 5-course breakfast. No, this isn't some exotic new form of vandalism. It's a business operated by Rick Mogelson and Michael Perman called Breakfast in Bed. And while this morning's customers, Chris and Judy Earle, quaffed the orange juice course and pondered the menu, Rick and Michael briefed me.
I had read about a woman in California who had started it, and I waited around for a little bit, and I thought, gee, it would be a good idea to have it out here. Minnesota lacks that.
Well, and it's entertaining. The whole idea of it is so entertaining. It's a unique idea, and best breakfast in town, too, I guess.
Rick and Michael bring everything they need with them, with the exception of the range and the kitchen sink. And the preparation and serving are a matter of remarkable planning and precision. Has to be that way, they say. They've already served 2 breakfasts in other parts of the city this morning. Everything is special. Coffee from Colombia and Guatemala, an exotic Hawaiian honey, a 100-layer pastry, a magnificent omelet, and of course, champagne.
I could go for this every day, maybe.
But now it's cleanup and pack-up time, and the well-organized plan proceeds. After all, there's another breakfast to serve across the city, and time's a-wasting.
We're just talking about the fact you'd have to give your wife some announcement that they're coming. I mean, you'd hear her scream and everything else, but the other thing is you have to give her at least 2 hours so she can get in there and get everything together by the time these guys arrive.
And of course, it was a little unnatural to have us there.
No letters, please. No letters.
With a TV camera, it was a little unnatural.
How much does it cost?
It costs $50 per 2 for a 5-course, but if you want to go wild and go 9-course and have a guitar and a lute or a flute at the same time with soft music in the background, all that kind of, $75.
Oh, well, that isn't too bad. You're done about 6 o'clock at night with that. It takes them about an hour to do it. Okay, thank you, Bill. Well, Governor Quee received a report today on ways to keep the cost of health care down. The report was prepared and presented by a